Hey, my name is Biz. Oh, sorry. Boom, my name is Biz. And today we're gonna be looking at seven ways in which you can pluck a card out of thin air. Explain. I only had two cards in my hand. The first method to pluck a card from thin air requires you to place the card into a deep palm. Now, this can also be called a cup palm. You're cupping the card, but this one is usually in this position over here, where you're just retaining it and you can hold your hands like this. But in this case, we're actually going to place it into a deep cup palm, just like that. Don't ask me why they named it a cup palm. This was way before cups were named cups. I think, don't quote me on that actually. So we're placing the card over here, and now we can actually look and show that our hands are completely empty. And from a certain point of view, especially from the front, not from underneath, if you're performing for children, they are definitely going to see this playing card. So when you are exposing your hand, make sure that you gesture with both hands in the same way. Do not open all 5 fingers on one hand and only 4 fingers on the other, because there will be a discrepancy in the way that you use your hands. As such, magicians many times try with their empty hand to do the same things that they can do with their dirty hand. See? Just like that. Now, I come over here, I show that this one is empty, and then when I come over here, I'm just going to classic palm. So I move my hand completely over the whole card, and I grab it in between my pinky and the base of my thumb. I come over here, I show them that there's nothing over here, and when I want to produce the card, I release the card from classic palm into the left hand, and then my left hand is going to grab this and use my thumb to push the card out through the other side, making it look as if the card was produced out of thin air. So once more, it will look like that. We're gesturing, we're showing this one, we're grabbing over here. I come in front so that I can drop the card over here, and that's because when I'm turning my hand, I don't want them to see anything on this side. And this side is covered by these fingers. So now I can push. One thing that magicians do is they rub the back of their hand because they probably forgot moisturizer, and this is their perfect moment to moisturize the back of their hand as well. And there you go, guys. The first method to make a card appear, just like that. Make sure you practice the flow so that it looks natural. There is no, like tick, 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 tick. There's no movement like that where you're waiting, where you're positioning. Make sure that when you practice something, you always try and get the flow that you want it. If you want something smooth, go for smooth, and then always mimic exactly the flow that you want. The second way we can pluck a card out of thin air is by pretending we are Spider-Man. For this, we're going to use a technique popularized by Jeff McBride in his very extravagant card manipulation series and shows. And for this, I urge you to get a bunch of playing cards. As you can see, I have 2 kings of spades. It's very essential for this that you have a duplicate card as well, just because, just to flex a dupe. So once you have a bunch of playing cards, palm all of them into your right hand. Now, of course, if you have a smaller hand and you cannot palm playing cards, just skip ahead, go to another idea. Now, in case you feel like a bunch of playing cards, wow, we had an intruder. I've never even looked at these cards from the back. I never even knew this was from another deck. Wow, well, this is my good deck. I'm gonna bring the other deck now. So now that we have all of the playing cards looking the same, palm them into your right hand, and the first thing that we're going to learn is the actual pop. So the way that we do this is by bending our fingers inwards, and then with our thumb we're going to pluck at the outer corner of these cards, and just one single card is going to get in that position, so not more. We grab over here, and then we're going to move our finger to the right side in this way. And that's going to make the card spin out, just like that. See? It's a very nice pop. So you're going here, and then as as the card would like to escape, I bring my thumb down and I give it that extra pop. Now obviously I need more cards now. So once we know how to pop these playing cards from our right hand, we're going to time this together with our motion of just, doing the Spidey thing. And the way that I do this is I position my hand behind my left hand and I time the motion with the pop. Now it's gonna take a few tries to see in what direction your cards are going, because when I'm popping, it's not really going in the direction that my hand is pointing. Notice that this card is going that way and my hand is pointing this way. So I have to do something like this every time. So I'm popping it that way and then I'm starting to go over here, but then boom. You probably didn't wake up today thinking that you were gonna get the Spidey lessons, right? But there you go, this is what happens on Big Blind Media. So yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna pick up those cards again. I still have to, but right now I don't want to. And so yeah, do the pop, do the Spidey thing, and I don't know, catch some spiders. Catch some spiders, there we go. The third way in which we can pluck a card out of thin air, we're literally going to pluck the card. We have it on the back of our hands and then we're just going to pluck the card from that position. But obviously there's a little bit more to that than just this. The first thing that we need is a watch. I got this piece of junk from eBay for 20 bucks, brand new from Xiaomi. The only thing I wanted to do, and it actually does, is it's got a timer and it can like do my workouts, but it's complete garbage at that. It's got the hour, this is all I need. I can do some vanishes with it for 20 bucks. It was a bargain. So you get one watch, or if you already have a watch, just use the watch that you have. But I'm just saying, this banger. So we place the card over here in this position and it looks as if there's a cop in front of us going freeze, right? And we have our hands up. And this is great if you're doing any sort of like social media content. This is great to do this for a piece. So you have over here and then you go, wait, sorry, but you have something over here. Maybe you can grab their nose or something, do like one of those really bad jokes, but you do it with your dirty hand. So from this position, you grab something and then with your right hand, you're gonna go inside that hole that you just created and grab nothing first. But then when you do it again, as if you are gonna place your hand through this hole, you are actually going to lower your hand and grab the card from the back of your hand, just like that. Now, because it happens very fast, it just looks as if you were afraid to hit your hand, so you pulled it back, but instead of pulling it back, you went forward because you're a forward-thinking person. So, 4 of clubs can be any playing card, watch, 2 hands. Place the card over here. How do you get in this position? This is a social media content thing. Just place the card over there. Don't think about it. If you're performing in real life, then you can have the card palmed. You can say, hey guys, can I show you something? And then you prepare the card in a very awkward way. Nobody's going to say anything because they're way too polite to tell you anything. So you can think and tell yourself that nobody saw anything. And then you show them, watch, empty hands. Boom. Go here and then, oh, it's nothing. Boom. 1 playing card, boom, just like that. Vanished also. That's the third way you can make a card appear out of thin air. So Black Friday right now is happening and we have amazing deals. You can buy Magic for like $2, for like $1, for a lot of free stuff as well. There's a lot of bundles happening. If you buy for a certain value, then we're gonna give you extra stuff as well. So Black Friday is in full swing right now. If you're enjoying what you're seeing here on the channel, then know that we have a website where we publish a lot of exclusive magic with magicians from all over the world that are top of the game. So if you want to check those deals out, link in the description, go to bigblindmedia.com and see what we have in store. Now let's move on with the video. For this method, we're going to require just 1 single playing card placed in this position. This is called a very strange grip number 49.44. Now you can find it in the Magician's Almanac on page 4044, row number 5. And the way that you do it is you grab the card in between your pinky, middle finger, and ring finger in this position. So the ring finger is the one that is inside of the playing card. You see? And now this will allow you to flap the card just like a duck. Look at that. just like that. Now we can hide this playing card inside our hand and just hold our hands like this, and it will look as if we have nothing. So we can point at a flower. Oh, see how I flashed over there because I relaxed my hand. But if you're keeping the card always in this position over here, see, then it's never going to show. So it's a sort of Tenkay position, but instead of like holding it there, you're holding it with these fingers over here. So you have the card over there, right? I'm pointing to this. You do whatever like beginning part you want. The very important part is that you do not open your hand completely with like your left hand and your right hand is always closed. So always keep both in the same way. So I point at my clothes, then I show the flower, I pinch it over here, and then as I'm turning, I'm going to extend this playing card into the clothes. See, I'm extending it over there, and then I'm using my thumb to put my thumb on the card, grab the whole piece of clothing, and then pluck the card out just like that. This one is amazing. You can do this even on people's clothes. You can just go over there and go boom, just like that. You see how beautiful that thing is? You'll thank me in 50 years when you're performing this to your grandson and you're thinking, oh, I learned this from that Romanian dude from Big Blind Media. Then you'll thank me then. But right now you're probably just learning. You think this is a piece of okay idea. You'll see in a few years. So we have this, right? From this position you can also make it. From this position, you can also make it vanish, but that's not what this is for. It looks a little bit worse than the original because you're just doing that. Now, you have it over here, boom, point, like I told you, pinch with your other hand so that you have some room to hide the card. And then as you're turning, you do it, you place your thumb, you're over here, you grab the whole clothing and then you go forward. Boom. And that is the fourth way in which you can pluck a card out of thin air into existence. Manifest it, literally make it come into for making a card appear out. No, we're not going to learn that. You can learn that anywhere else on the planet. No, today we're going to be looking at how to make a card appear as you are fanning playing cards. Now, what's nice about this is that the spectator, if they're a magician, because spectators have no idea what they're looking at, if they're a magician, they can see no playing card hidden here. So how is there a card manifesting in your mouth, right? Now, the filming stuff from the back is one of the things that I don't like a lot because you get to see part of my face. It's like weird. It's weird, right? The microphone is here. How am I gonna do it, right? So I am going to turn. And I'm gonna come closer over here and hopefully you can see everything that's happening over here. Now, the card that we're going to produce is this one, the card from the top. And I motivate this through acting. So I go boom, watch, first fan, second fan, right? And then when I come with both fans one next to each other, I'm actually going to single this card out and place it in between the thumb and the index finger. And notice that now it's just sitting over there in perfect position for us to bite on it and then produce it. Now, obviously, I think you can actually handle yourself with this one, but I'm gonna show you anyway. So I show them my face. I come over here. Both hands are covering my face. The thing is, I don't wanna go and bite on it, so I'm just gonna stand completely still. And when the card is in front of me, that's when I bite on it and I produce it. So from the front, fan, fan, boom. I come with both cards one next to each other, right? But notice that I'm not doing it here. I'm doing it on this side because I don't want you to see how I'm singling out one single card. Boom. I go over here. This one is coming in front. Boom. I've pinched the card in the back over here, as you can see. I pose because it's a horrible pose and people know this. And then I go, okay, I'll show you something else. Now the card is over here. Okay, there you go. Boom, it's in my mouth. That's not something you want to say most often, but this time it's nice, it's in your mouth. Yeah, this is the fifth way in which you can pluck a card out of thin air. Just produce it out of thin air. Make it appear out of thin air. You know, a card production, sort of like card manipulation out of thin air. I think this is how people feel when they try and write stuff for SEO. We're now going to learn my favorite way to produce a card out of thin air, and this is through boxing. You know, I feel like this can start a whole wave of magicians boxing online. So join the wave, post a video, post yourself with this production, tag us, and we're going to choose 3 winners to win a 25 or 30 or 50 download, $50 download from our website, completely on the house. We're deciding, probably we're gonna go with like a 30. I'm just saying, it's middle ground. I also haven't told my boss about this, so I'm just like doing this on the spur of the moment. He's gonna be completely fine with it, so it's happening, believe me. Just film yourself performing this, do it, and send it to us, tag us, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever you want, do it. So let's learn it. It's funny that I'm doing a contest before I'm teaching you how to do this move. So this is actually based on another move, on a coin move. But this one is over here, you're pinching it, you're holding it between your index and middle finger as if you want to ask a question. So you're pinching it over there like that, and you're holding it in this position. So notice that it's just this position. I need to block my face for you to see this. Look at that, okay? And if I hold my fist in this way, then my whole hand is actually covering this playing card. It's a beautiful, beautiful move. So we have over here, and just so you know, I'm very happy to have come up with this very stupid move. It's very stupid, but I think it will fool so many magicians and people, because you can go to them like already with the card palmed and go, "Well, you want to fight? You want to fight?" And they're like, "Bro, what the? What do you want?" They're like, "Wait, what is that?" Right? So it's very important to get accustomed to how to hide this playing card, because I'm not doing this, right? Because you can see the card. So I'm holding it in this way in which I know that these fingers are covering. I'm looking through here, but I'm not doing this. So it's not like a regular thing, because you can see the card here. See, the hole is not completely like that. It's actually like this. So I'm looking at it going that way, because if it's this way, then it's, are you understanding what I'm saying? So it's not straight, it's a little bit to the side, okay? So not straight, a little bit to the side. I'm looking at you and I'm going, well, you have something over there. And then I'm going through this time we're actually going through the hole, and boom, we're producing the playing card from that position. So we're going, boom, we're making the card appear. You can just play with this, you can go over here and go like that, right? You can actually put your whole hand through. You can just go like this. It's completely up to you. At that point, nobody's expecting a playing card. So you're gonna floor them. You're gonna bedazzle them. You're gonna boom. It's gonna be nice. So, card over here, boom, 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 boom. Easy with the fists. Don't do a lot of that. Easy with the fists. Stop. Look through. Go. Boom. Produce the card. Film yourself doing this and you can win a 50, oh my God, I keep saying 50, a $30 download on the house. Also, you can just like do it and not tag us. It doesn't matter. I think it's an amazing idea. Have fun with it, enjoy it. That's the 6th way you can pluck a card out of thin air. This is a classic way in which you can produce playing cards from a classic palm. Wow, there was a queen, there was a jack, it was the queen and the mistress. Just like that. So we're gonna need a gazillion playing cards in our right hand over here. And we're going to position the cards in such a way that you can see this corner is actually sticking above this intersection over here. Because what's going to happen is our right hand is going to push this card out and pivot it against the middle finger. And in order for it to be able to just go out, if we have the card over here in palm, it can't go out, as you can see. Very hard for it to go out. Wow, take a look at that. Okay, so in order to just like supersede that and speed up the process, we're going to position it in this way. which means that we're going to have to hold our hands slightly inwards because we don't want people to see the long side of the playing cards. But now we can push this and you can see it just spins around over here. Boom, just like that. And for the last one, when you get over here, what I do, I come with my thumb over here, I bend the card outwards, I move my fingers and I grip it in that way that we just learned from that palm, and I extend the playing card. If you find that to be a little bit too much, you can just bend the card outwards, place your thumb here and produce it like this. And if you think that one is too much, you can just move the card over here like that. So you're basically pushing the card, placing your thumb and closing all of your fingers in as you're holding the card. So there you go, 3 ideas in which you can end the last one. So one more time, we have the cards over here and then boom, 1 card. Boom, the 2nd card, 3rd card. You keep moving as you're doing this because it just looks better. You know, boom, boom. And the last one, however you want it, and produced just like that. Now this one, I've included it at the last. This is why this is the last technique, because I feel it is a little bit more clunky. You can see it's an old school move. It's something that people have been doing in card manipulation for a lot of years, maybe 60 years, I don't know. So I've included it here, but the reason I've included it is because it really works your right hand in a way no other card production does. You know, it's really one of those moves that if you manage to get done, then you're going to be able to do other moves much easier and faster. So there you go, guys. That is the 7th way in which you can produce a card out of thin air. Thank you very much for watching up until now. If you've enjoyed these, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you're up to date to all of the videos that we're going to publish in the future. If this is like the first video that you're watching, just know like there's a lot of tutorials that we've put out until now, some of which are really good, and others which are just really nice. Check them out. I think you guys are going to enjoy them. There's a lot of original stuff here that I've created and that we've put together so that you guys can enjoy it. And my name is Biz. We're here at Big Blind Media. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. And I'll see you in the next episode.